I'm Charlotte McLeod with the Investing News Network, and this is your quick look at the stories we covered this week that you need to read. INN is back after a brief break to adjust to working from home amid the COVID-19 outbreak. While that's been the central focus in the resource space this week, it's not the only news to make headlines. In gold, Endeavour Mining announced plans to acquire Samafo in an all-stock deal worth $1 billion Canadian. According to the companies, the new entity will have the world's largest portfolio of gold assets in West Africa. In total, it will have 6 operations and a production capacity of over 1 million ounces annually. Samafo, which has faced numerous challenges in recent months, including an attack on a convoy headed to one of its mines, saw its share price rise nearly 40% on the news. As mentioned, aside from that deal, most resource news has focused on COVID-19 this week. The disease has continued to impact diverse commodities, with gold and silver prices experiencing volatility. At its highest point this week, gold was able to push past $1,650 per ounce, and at its lowest, it was below $1,500. Mining companies themselves are also being impacted by COVID-19, and some have been forced by mandatory quarantines to halt operations. Other areas, however, have allowed miners to keep operating as essential businesses. With that in mind, we asked our Twitter followers this week whether mines should stay open or closed during this time. The poll was ongoing at the time of this recording, but a small majority said that they should close. We'll be asking another question on Twitter next week, so make sure to follow us and share your thoughts. The cannabis space is also feeling the impact of COVID-19. In a webinar this week, Nick Easley of cannabis consulting firm 3C shared his thoughts on what it means for the industry currently and moving forward. He reminded participants that the marijuana industry wasn't in a good place before the outbreak and emphasized that many companies will not survive the effects of the coronavirus, which include supply chain disruptions and continued shortages in capital. That said, he also pointed out that for firms that can get through the outbreak, there will be increased opportunities due to gaps in the market. In addition, Easley mentioned that the relaxation of rules around things like cannabis store pickup options could be retained even after the COVID-19 situation passes, which would be positive. That's all for this week. Tune in again next week when we tell you more about what's going on in the resource and cannabis industries. In the meantime, you can follow us on social media, subscribe to our YouTube channel, or click below for our free report or any article mentioned in this video. See you next time.